Hey, it's Sue, and today I'm going to be showing you all 31 pieces of artwork from the month of October for the Risetober Art Challenge. Let's get right into it. This first one I actually did traditionally. I did a lot of them digitally. This one I did not. I didn't go too crazy with it because there's no rule saying you have to color or any of this. I just tried to make it as finished as possible because this was the first day. I was just trying to get a feel for how my day would usually go with this in it. And this is what I ended up coming up with. The prompt was pumpkin, so giant pumpkin. Gotta make it a focal point. Day 2 was a digital illustration. The prompt was brother. And I couldn't really think of anything interesting for the prompt, so I just drew them as though they were taking a photo. Thinking about it now, it would have been funny to have Leo give someone bunny ears, but I didn't think about it. It's kind of too late now. Day 3, I did traditionally. This is actually one of my favorite illustrations of the whole month. This was the first time. Well, actually, I don't know if it was the first time. I believe it was the first time I used some watercolor brush pens that a friend got me, and I really enjoyed doing it. I think it turned out pretty well, in my opinion. Yeah, the prompt was outfit. I don't know if I said that already. But I almost wish I didn't draw Donnie in this picture, just because the next prompt was for day 4 was favorite turtle, and Donnie happens to be my favorite turtle, so I ended up drawing him 2 days in a row. I ended up going for a lineless style for this one. Not sure how I feel about it. For some reason it looks kind of off, but it's exactly how I usually do my lineless style, so I don't know what's exactly off with it. Right, what day are we on? 5? The prompt for day 5 was mask, and I did this one digitally too. I actually did it at church when I was sitting in the kids class with my mom. My original idea was to split it down the middle and have one half with Casey Jr. with the mask on and one with it off. But I ended up changing my mind on that because it kind of looked off, just wasn't giving the vibe I wanted, and it ended up turning into something a lot angstier than I was intending, but I kind of like the picture, so I think it's fine. Day 6 was Turtle Tots. This one I also did digitally, but I only did it digitally. Why does digitally not sound like a word anymore? I only did it digitally because we had watched the second episode of Star Wars that day, and I had forgotten all about Risetober right up until 10:30, and then I had to rush to get it done, which is why this one is not my best piece ever. I love the concept. I think it's adorable, them in giant coats and Donnie being really frustrated. I think it's adorable, but because I had such a little time to execute it, it's not the best. Day 7 was leaves. That day, I just did not want to do the prompt. I do like how the picture turned out. I drew Mikey, some leaves, and this is one of the pictures I think the prompt kind of got lost in there. It's not as prevalent as I would like it to be. Is prevalent the right word? I think it is. I don't think I'm using it wrong. I'm going to keep using it like that. You can tell me if I'm wrong. But I just wanted to sit and play a game. I didn't really want to draw, but I made myself do it. I got it done, and I kind of like how the picture turned out, so that's... Anyway, day 8 was Lujitsu, so I did a traditional drawing of Lujitsu. This is the first time I'd ever drawn Lujitsu. For some reason, it feels weird saying his full name every single time, but it also feels weird to shorten it, so I'm not going to. This was the first time I'd ever drawn Lujitsu, so I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I used all fine liners for this picture because I was actually out of the house at the time and all I had on me was fine liners, but it turned out pretty well. For day 9, the prompt was villain, and for this one, I was debating drawing one of the villains, like Baron Draxum before he got his character arc, spoilers, sorry, or maybe Hypnopotamus, but in the end, I ended up taking my little sister's advice and drawing one of the turtles as a villain. So this is Leo as if he was like a psychotic magician. It wasn't just not, yeah. I'm pretty sure I've seen something kind of like this before where like Leo is Hippopotamus's like apprentice. I'm not trying to steal anyone's idea. I wasn't thinking of that when I was drawing. Okay, for day 10, the prompt was OC. And for this one, I tried to digitally painting style, like digital painting, like, blendy shapes and colors. And I tried not to use any like layer modes, like multiply and add glow. And you can totally use those when you're digitally painting. There's no rule against that. I was just trying to pick the colors on my own. It did not end up working. It doesn't look very painterly, and I ended up stopping like before I had completely finished the artwork. Like it was pretty much done, but I ended up stopping and going and watching Thor Ragnarok because I like Marvel movies. And I wanted to see it. I hadn't seen it up until that point, and it was actually really fun. I enjoyed it. I didn't end up going back like a week later and trying again to digitally paint it. And I think this turned out way better. This does not count for the Risetober of the day. This is just something I was trying to finish. I wanted to try digitally painting again, and I didn't want to redraw or draw another picture, so I just stole my old one. For day 11, the prompt was tech. And for this one, instead of drawing Donnie like everyone would usually when they hear the word tech, I ended up drawing Baron Draxum, trying to figure out how to use phone, because phone is a piece of tech, and Baron Draxum doesn't know how technology works, and I thought it'd be funny. And I think it is. This is another picture I was kind of rushing. It was getting later, but I do actually really like how this one turned out. And usually I really struggle to draw Baron Draxum, so I'm glad it actually looks like him and it doesn't look creepy or anything of the sort. Oh, day 12 is Lost. So this one was a doozy. I forgot about Risetober that day all the way up until 10 o'clock. And I had a really cute idea for this one, and I tried to do it, but because I was so rushed, like I only had 30 minutes to do it, I could not finish it in time. I was doing it right up until bedtime. Like the second I put the tablet down, I had to go to sleep. But yeah, I was really, really rushing it for this one. And I don't really like it. So yeah, it's got the idea I wanted. It just doesn't look good. But I managed to redeem myself with day 13. The prompt was Spider, and I knew for this prompt that I had to draw Big Mama, but I did not want to draw her in her spider form, so I just kind of hinted at her spider form, like kind of reminisced towards it. Is that the right word? I don't know. Like I just kind of implied it without actually drawing her like that, because I did not want to draw the spider one. And I love how the rendering on this picture turned out. It was this is probably my favorite drawing of the whole month. It was really fun to do, and I really loved the way it turned out. The next day, I ended up kind of making another picture I didn't like. It was day 14, and the prompt was fight. I drew my OC May fighting one of my original bad guys. And this is another one where that night we were gonna watch a movie and I was trying to rush to get it done. I just had to rush again, and this one was one of my favorite ones. Anyway, day 15, the prompt is weapons. And I did exactly what the prompt said. Oh wait, day 15, it was traditional. I did exactly what the prompt said and drew weapons. For this one, I used my watercolors and fine liners, but I wasn't planning on using watercolors originally. So I used a pen. It's that black one right there that does not go well with watercolors and other things. And right up here, I smudged it. I didn't want to cover it up because my Posca doesn't work for some reason. So I just tried to make it look intentional and smeared some of these other places with like a water pen or something. But yeah, that didn't look good. so I covered it up and then watercolored everything to hopefully distract from it, but it bleeds out with the watercolors, so you can see it kind of muddying up near that. Day 16, the prompt was dimensions. For this one, I figured I'd feature my OC Jane since she had not gotten shown yet. And I drew her like standing over a portal, and you can see some of the original dimensions I created for a project that I'm not going to tell you about yet because of spoilers, but you can kind of get a hint at it from what you can see in the riffs. I wish I included the sci-fi one now because that would have been a starker contrast to some of the other ones, and I wanted it to seem like a wide range of different places, but it's too late for that now. Day 17, the prompt was Mystic, and this one was actually inspired by a piece my little sister did. She is 6. So she was really little. She took a hold of my travel sketchbook, my little one that I just take when I'm going places and don't want to carry around my big bag, and she just doodled in it, and then I made it my own, like inspired by hers, and this is what it turned into, and it worked incredibly well for this prompt, and I really liked the way this one turned out, and I learned that I really like rendering glass shards. So yeah, the next prompt was Casey and Casey Jr., or just Casey and Casey because I wanted to be as confusing as possible, but this was day 18. And I didn't put as much effort into this as I wish I did. I kind of rushed it together. I was not feeling it that day. I like how the picture turned out, but it's just so simple, and I don't like how thick the line art is. I could have done better, but it's not the worst thing I've ever done. Anyway, moving on. Day 19, the prompt was family, and I ended up basically redrawing a scene from the episode Anatawa Hijiri Janae, or Janai, I don't know which one it is, but I ended up redrawing a scene from that and then adding to it, like these people weren't here and the Hamato symbols weren't there, and he was looking at her. But other than that, it's basically the same, and there are some very obvious flaws with this one, like how these people go beyond the floor, and how I accidentally hit Gram in the face with a marker, and what is this? I don't know. I accidentally hit Gram in the face with a marker, and it's spotted here on her eyeball and right there. I managed to cover some of it up, but it's still kind of prevalent or noticeable. But there's nothing that can be done about it now. Okay, day 20, the prompt was April, and I actually hate this picture, and I don't want you to stare at it very long. The outfit's weird. I was sick, okay? I was not feeling well. I was just trying to get it done. You're lucky I got it done. I just don't like this one. And I completely forgot about her glasses until the last second, which is weird because her glasses are like one of her more noticeable features. But yeah, I don't like this one. So we're going to move on. Day 21, the prompt was sweater. And again, I had to rush for this one. At this point, we had started watching the Loki show. Because of that, we would watch like 1 to 2 episodes a night. And in between episodes, I realized I had completely forgotten to do the Risetober. So I had to whip this chibi together in literally 5 minutes. But I managed to get it done. I was kind of excited for this prompt, so it's kind of sad that I completely screwed it up. Anyway, day 22, the prompt was Garden Man Fall Edition. This prompt was actually created by my older sister, Star. And basically, I created a villain as though he would have been in an episode of Rise. He's a tree. There's nothing else to say about that one. I did this one when I was out of the house, so it's not the most detailed thing ever, but it's okay. Day 23, the prompt was Unbelievable, and this is one of my favorites, not because it's the most detailed thing in the world, but because I love the possums in this picture. Or illustration. If you don't know, the possums are the parents of my OC Sammy, who was the chibi I had to rush to finish, that one. They are the parents. They're parental figures. This one, okay. I did go back another day and change the line art color on Donnie and May. Maybe that is cheating, but it was brown originally because I wanted to give it a softer look because, leaves, they're light and airy and whatever. But because their colors are so dark, it just looked weird. So I went back and changed it to black. I don't know if that's cheating or not. It's such a small thing, I don't think it is. But you can be the judge of that. Anyway, day 24, the prompt was candy. I wasn't really feeling it that day. I didn't want to do it. So instead of drawing something like people with a bunch of candy, getting a sugar rush or whatever, I just drew like if they had a candy line, like they sold candy. So yeah, that's basically it. It actually isn't a horrible picture. I like the colors. I like the background. It looks good. It's just so simple. It's kind of sad. Anyway, day 25, the prompt was questions, and I drew Raph as a detective, and I rushed this one, and I kind of hated it. He looks like he's standing nose to nose with a bulletin board, and yeah, it's not that great. I love the idea of Raph being a detective, but I just don't like this picture. Day 26 was disguised, and I drew Mikey disguised as a waiter, as though he's like spying on Big Mama during like one of her parties. I like this one. The rendering isn't my favorite thing. It looks okay though, and I love the concept, and I love Mikey's face, and it's just okay. It's good. I did forget about the food on the tray until the last second though. You cannot really notice. I stuck something in there, I think. But like it doesn't really look like there's anything on the tray. Maybe everybody ate all the stuff, okay? Maybe he didn't have stuff in the first place. It's just a disguise. But yeah, there's nothing on there. Day 27, the prompt was fire. And this is another one of my favorites. I know I said that about a lot of them. But this one I drew Heather, her first and last appearance in this whole month. But I drew her standing in front of fire. And I really like the rendering on this one. I love Heather's outfit. She's wearing an outfit, right? I'm not looking at these right now. I'm just going from memory. I'm assuming she's wearing an outfit. If she is, I love the outfit. But I just like the rendering. I like the way the fire was drawn. Yeah, it looks good. For day 28, the prompt was stars. And I drew Jane as a little child looking out a window at the stars. And this is not accurate to her backstory at all. She would have not have been this kind of house at that age if she was like, she probably wouldn't even have been that young as a turtle. But yeah, and I turned the diamond on her mask into a little star, and I love that detail. So you can't say I didn't include the stars directly, because you can't really see the stars in the picture. But they're there, it's on her mask. You cannot say I did not include them. I did, but I also put like stars around the Risetober thing, and I like that detail too. Day 29, the prompt was home. I drew the turtles' old base. So the one they lived in before the end of the show. And I really like this one because of how it went from this, like super plain, super just boring, to this with just a few things to make it look much more lived in. I really enjoyed working on this one. I love drawing the graffiti. I think it looks good. I guess graffiti experts can be the judge of that, but I think it looks good, and I like that one. There are some problems with perspective, but I have elected to ignore those problems because I don't want to deal with them. Day 30, the prompt was Banana Cowboy. This is another prompt created by my older sister. And of course for this one, I drew Leo in his Banana Cowboy outfit from the best episode of Rise ever, Clothes Don't Make the Turtles. Though I wish I placed the prompt somewhere else in the prompt list, just because the next prompt is for day 31 is You've Been Portal Chopped. And this one specifically requires Leo to be in it, and so does the last one. So because of that, they like overlapped, and like I drew Leo 2 times in a row. But that's okay because I like the way the one for the last day turned out. I drew like the first, like I drew Leo in the middle, like slicing through a portal, like he's chopping the portal, which doesn't really make any sense, but it's not supposed to, okay? It's fine. Don't think too deeply into it. But then on one side I drew the Krang, and on the other side I drew the Krang key, which is like referencing the 2 times that he said, "You've been portal chopped," or whatever. Anyway, I really enjoyed doing Risetober, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I did. I don't know if any of you participated in this, but if you did, I'm so grateful for you, and if you didn't, that's okay. Maybe you can next year. But I thank you for watching the video, and if you did enjoy it, please consider liking and subscribing, and I will hopefully see you all in my next video.